Whoops, everybody. Little out of sync here. I turned you on before I was ready. Well, that's me, right? You love me in spite of my flaws. This is Debbie from Deb's Thing, and I haven't posted yet, but I'm going to as soon as I can post a tutorial on probably my very favorite design I've ever made, and I mentioned this bracelet, which I call, well, it's my husband came up with it. It's called Love Chain. Now, I don't have the original. The original, I worked late into the night, well, not last night, the night before, because my daughter, my 19-year-old, was leaving early in the morning to move to, out of state. So my first of my 6 children, who will no longer be as accessible, and you know, can just drive over or hop on a bus and come over, depending where they're at. And so I wanted to make something that felt like her, and I made so many samples that looked horrible. The type of band didn't seem to work. This was one of the first little samples, and this is a little bit of advice. When you're trying to create new designs, you know, just make it long enough to get a feel for what it looks like. That way you don't waste, you know, so many bands, and you don't take the time of looming, you know, a full loom, looping back a full loom. So I kind of liked it, but I wanted to keep it in silver and black. So on hers, I had used the mixed metallic silver ones. They're kind of a matte color silver up the middle. All the white was black opaque, and then along this side were the black rounded bands that came in the mixed bag with the gold and the black. I think that's where I got them. Anyways, it looked cool. Very cool. Not too wide, and she claimed she liked it, but it was early in the morning. She only had a couple hours sleep, so she was kind of tired. Anyhow, one of the great things about this design is that it's only 3 bars wide. Yes, it's a traditional staggered setup, but I wanted to show you something else before I get going. Like I said, I made this many times before I came out with hers that looked nice, and it was in the using the regular opaque bands and these rounded bands. These two work really, really good together. Now on this one, these are the mixed metallic. They're very, very stretchy, that are from Michaels, and you can see it just did not turn out very nice at all. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just, it didn't work. These just didn't have the right oomph and tightness to them to hold the shape better. These bands here were from I Love Hue Shop. I liked them. They worked because they've got a lot of snap back to them, and so those work. For those of you who order from I Love Hue Shop, these are the metallic gold. Those worked nicely there. I guess the opaque worked nice up the middle. Anyhow, let's get going. Last night I was trying to pick my colors, and again I used a small piece to figure it out. These are silicone from, I don't know, the Mermaid or one of those collections, and I didn't like how it's too dark. So for these, the opaque, I'm still using this pale green from the mixed camouflage pink. These here are compliments of Chodaro, Christy at Chodaro Bling, when she sent me her awesome box of my 3rd place prize for her contest. I've got to put a picture of the pile of stuff. I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry, Christy. But she sent these, and I'm not quite sure. They're not the luminescent set where they have like pink and green. Let me get my right ones out here. See, these are the ones Christy gave me, and these are the luminescent ones, and I really don't like these. They come in the green and the pink, and they're kind of glow in the dark. They break so easily. They're very kind of brittle. They're pretty, but they're very hard to use. These are much stretchier, so I'm not quite sure if it's just a different batch of the same thing or what. Anyhow, that's what I'm using along the side. And up the middle, something else Christy sent me were some of the, she sent a big pile of them. Some are darker, so I don't know if some are fuchsia and some are the rose pink color, but I had enough of the lighter shade, which I think is going to look nice. Let's hope. So to get going, I've blabbed enough. Let's see how this goes together. Okay, for the ends, for the, the cap and the little extension on the end, I thought the rounded bands look nicer, so that's what I'm going. Ooh, you know what? Since I only have exactly 25 to do the full length, I'm going to use a dark one. I'm sorry, I'll be back. Somebody wants me. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for the distraction. I'm probably going to get a message from my daughter because I just texted her about something, but that's just a tiny sound and we can ignore it for a little bit. So I'm using double just to make it, I don't know, less wimpy. The double just, it's nicer, especially, oh, that one's not even caught on. Huh, I'm going to have to fix that later. Okay, so 2 of those there. And now, what do we do? Which one? Okay. I'm terrible. Okay, so now we're going to take our color A, which I guess is the opaque, the white. That's what I call color A. And I will probably go off camera because it's going to take a while to do this. You're just going to go all the way up the side until you get to the last one, and you could put the last one like this at the very end. I'll be moving it over to the center, okay? So if that confuses you, just go till almost the end, and then I will show you how to, finish that off. And then you will do the same on this side. Ah, there's my little text message tone. Alrighty, that sounds easy enough, right? Just put the 2 here, and straight up to the end of how long you're going to want to make it. And I'll be back. I probably should have mentioned before we started and got you all involved here, make sure you have plenty of this A colored band, because you do, 1 layer on each side here, and there's going to be 2 layers up the middle. So, I think there's 25 that go like around 25, so that's 50. So you're going to need at least probably around 100. So just make sure you pick it. I guess you could, if you wanted, you could do something different up the middle. Like I said, experiment with just, maybe 5 pins or so. That way you don't use too many bands, and you can see what you like before you commit to a full length. Because, it's a lot, it takes some time. There's some investment of time and bands, especially the more expensive ones. So you don't want to make a full length like I did. And like, ugh, I should have, taken heed to my advice and made just this as opposed to 1, 2, 3, like, Anyways, the next thing we will be doing, placing the middle bands. Our B color, which here, it's the purple. And I'll be using these pinkish rose colors. And I think they'll be light enough to they'll be dark enough to stand out, but not too dark where it just kind of looks like, that doesn't work. Alright, so this should not take too long, so I will just stay and gab. And what do I have to say? Cider got his rabies shot today, and we brought him back to the shelter so we could get his license there. That's where we have to go to get our dog licenses. And they were so thrilled to see him and so surprised at how much he had grown. He's 15 pounds. We got him at 8.5 pounds. They had said he was a dachshund mix, but now everyone's thinking like a coon dog with maybe a little Doberman, or definitely he's got retriever in him. We don't know. All I know, he's extremely obedient, listens well, comes when you call him, like right. You don't even have to say, "Here, doggy." He'll leave the room. I'll say, "Cider, come," just like that, and he'll just boom, race back in here. I've never had a dog like that. I've always had the bad dogs. But here, doggy, doggy, whoosh, they go the other way. Great dogs, but I really, 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 really love having one that's obedient. Okay, so just go up the middle to the end. Again, when I'm ready, I'll tell you when. I'll be moving both those bands there so that we can cap the center one off. So next, let's see. Okay, next we are going to do, and I'll just start you off. Make sure, okay. And we're gonna go straight up the side with this sea colored band. Is that the ones? Yeah, the sea. What I call the sea color. So you're gonna go up both sides. Am I on camera? Oops. Just go up one, up the other. You don't have to alternate or anything. But if you did this if you've placed this last band already, I mean, you really want to have it placed, but you don't want. I mean, if you put it like this, you'll have to take it off for a second to put the other bands here. So this keeps it out of the way. But you do. Oops. Bang. It's coming apart. Do not put one on this very last one, okay? Just end it right here. Okay, so it'll be one step down from the center row. And if you do, when you get to the, when I get back on camera, I'll point it out and you can just take it off. It's no big deal. There will be no dire consequences if you accidentally place it all the way to the end. And I will be back. This is what it looks like now with your second layer. Oops. So you start here, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and stop one, pin span before that last one. Okay? Now we are going to take our A color, or I guess you can pick another color if you want. You're going to go up, I will explain both steps. You're going to go all the way to the end, okay, like that, right? So let's pretend I put a row of these greens all the way, all the way to here. Then you're going to come back and you're going to do it again. Now you might be asking me, well, why don't you just place two at a time? Well, the way they alternate here, I tried doing that. And then you have a blob of two of these bands together. I don't know. Where you have like 4 stacks. It just, the design looks nicer. Where's my thing? See the way they lay out here? See how they kind of, oops. Oh, jeez. See how they kind of stagger? Like there's this top one and the underneath one, then the top one. They have a stagger. If you place two at a time, it's kind of two blobs. It just, aesthetically, it just doesn't look as refined and as sophisticated and as awesomely cool as it does like this. And if I didn't mention this, as I said, I made this for my daughter, so it's dedicated to her and her embarking on, going out into the world and seeing what she's made of and seeing what's out there. She's going up school for environmental studies. She wants to learn about what's that called? Self-contained. What's that phrase I use? Like self-contained, I can't think of the word where you do type of living, sustainable living. So she'll be studying about fuel sources and agriculture and everything that's to do with using more sustainable. I'm staying on camera. Sustainable types of products. She was a valedictorian in her high school. She went to, there was like, how many thousands of kids in her graduating class, not maybe close to 1,900 or something. So they have more than one valedictorian, and then I guess the top valedictorian is called Scholar of Scholars or something like that. In my school, we had one valedictorian, then the two others, a salutatorian and something else. I don't remember. I was on the National Honor Society, so I had one of the stars by my name. So I took classes with all those smarty kids. But I didn't pursue. I wasn't. Whoops, I already did two. I just didn't do my homework the way my peers did. So I got mostly B's. I was one of those kids that had the potential for straight A's, but didn't work hard enough. So I guess this is going quickly, so I guess I'll just stay on camera and hopefully there won't be too much distraction in the back noise. I hear my son out there with one of our cats. Cat really likes it. My cat paid $500, whoops, for a pet quality bangle. The bangles are so cool. I got her from the lady who developed the bangle breed. Her name is Jean Mills. I'm not even sure she's still alive. She was, Juju's like 8 years old now, and I think Jean Mills was like 82. She turned 80 when I got Juju. She has her place up there, her kennel up in West Covina, and her daughter, I can't think of her name now, developed the Toiger breed, which looks like the bangle but has stripes, kind of like a mini tiger. She's been on the news and everything, but we got to see the Toigers when they were still in development. I've got pictures of my girls at the Toiger cages. Very cute, beautiful, beautiful, and their coats are like silk. Oh my gosh, the bangles and the Toigers, because they were developed originally with a wild Asian leopard cat, and so it kept the pelt of the wild Asian leopard cat, and became domesticated. Okay, now what do? Back to business. No more chit chat. Okay, now this is where you move this over like that. Okay, so in the end, what you want this final band that angles over in between these two, and you want it on top of the center ones. Okay, now we're ready to put the cap on, and I'm going to be using two to give it a little more substance. And I'm going to go off camera and then back on, just in case I make a mistake while I'm looping and then I didn't waste all that. I don't have to reshoot all that and take all these bands off, so I'm going to go off and come back on. Alrighty, so no worries about that segment. The only problem I have with those segments is sometimes when I drag them into the Windows Movie Maker, as you guys have seen and have notified me, is that they don't go in order. They're out of sync, so I try extra hard to go through each section and make sure they're all following each other correctly. Alright, now I'm going to be doing a lot of the looping where you loop to the non-home pin, and a lot of you think that I came up with that design, and I would love to take credit for it. And I did for the longest time because I never remembered seeing it. But apparently I did, and subconsciously retained that information. A couple months ago I was at, I'll try to be fast, I was at Michael's going through one of their like softbound books and of their designs, and the zipper design uses that. It's a very simple, laid out like this, and it's in the middle. They just, it's just one layer of bands up each one, and the middle one they go out to the side, and then they just loop, go up the straight up the outer rows. I think that's how it goes. But anyways, I actually had made the zipper bracelet, and I just didn't remember it. So I believe somebody at Rainbow Loom came up with it, so it is not mine. What I do think I can take credit for is making it popular, because since I started making my bracelets, I used that frequently, and so I think I helped make it popular, so maybe I can have kudos for that. So we're going to reach under, grab the top band and bring it over, and then bring this over. Whoops, I brought two over. No. That messes things up. Darn it. I just made a mess of things. Okay. try this again. Am I on camera? Alright. I've noticed that some of my videos, I'm like, okay, now you do this, and then you do this. It's like, great. Wonderful. Those poor souls. Okay, so I loop those out back to their home pins. Now what do we do next? We do this. I'm going to reach in and take this top one and bring it to the left so it's not going to its home pin, and then bring this one to the right. Oh, actually I did that out of order, but that's okay. No, it's not okay. Okay. I will guide you through the correction here. I was supposed to loop this one to the middle. So what we're going to do is, since we looked these over, we're just going to pull those off and just kind of hold them with your finger. But that's not going to work. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. I'm just going to take the top one. Let's try this again. That band we just looped, oh, I'm so sorry everybody, I'm confusing you all. That band we just looped, we're going to take it off, okay? Just hold it out of the way. So we're going to loop, oh my gosh, it's my alarm, here to pick up my daughter. Okay. So that's what we should have done first. So pretend this is still under here. You're going to loop this over, and then you're going to loop that one over. So take this off, pretend it's still under there. Grab this, what did I refer to these as, was that the B or the C color? The C, I think. Yeah, the C. So you're going to take this, not to the home pin, you're going to take it to the center. Then you're going to reach under here and grab that. Okay? Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. So we're doing the side bands and then that one. Okay. I'll give you a second to look at it. Okay. Now, I'll give you quick instructions and I've got to run. And you can work on your own till I get back. Let's see. So that was 3. Now we're going to go and grab this center band and bring it straight forward. And reach down and bring these bands that are left straight forward. And I will show you the sequence that we will repeat all the way up. Okay, so that's the little first segment we got going. So, let me look here. For some reason my instructions don't seem right. Alright, step 1 is to reach out and grab this top band right here and just bring it simply to the middle. Then do the same on this side. Push it down. Then you're going to come back here because it's staggered, and these 2 greens, you bring one to the right, left. So see, this is how it looks like correctly. That's exactly what should have been done back here. And now you are going to the middle, bring it up, and the 2 sides. It's not very complicated, but as I said, I extensively use the bringing it to non-home pin, and I don't know, I just really like incorporating that. I think it's very interesting. And if you've done a lot of my designs, you know I use a lot. Let me show a couple more times. Take the top band from the outer rows, bring it to the center. Then come back to the center and bring those to the outer. And then you bring the 3 bottom bands straight up. The first in the middle, on the outsides, and then we start again. I'll try to do it one more time, then I have to get going. Take the top band from the outer row, bring it to the center pin. Do that on both sides. Then come back here, pull these away so you can find those center bands. Bring it over here. One to each side. And then all you have left is right here in the center, this bottom band. Bring it up. And then each one on the side. So you could complete each little section before you start the next. Okay, I'm going to do one more, so then you have plenty of footage to go back and review if you need to. You take the top outer band, bring it, both of them, to the center. Then these two center bands, there's three of them, but the top two, bring one to the left, and then one to the right. And then go down, grab that bottom band, bring it straight up, and then on each side, bring that bottom band straight up. Okay? And you're going to do that all the way to the end. If you're not quite sure on this last little segment what to do, when I get back, I will show you, and I won't take too long. I like saying that because I know that has absolutely no credibility when you're pausing a tutorial and pausing your video and bringing segments together, but I just think it's funny. Be right back. Wish me a safe trip. Of course, when you do, I'll have long since been back or will meet my maker, one of the two. I'm trusting I will be back because I believe my guardian angels are always about me to keep me safe in all my ways. See you in a few. Alrighty, I'm back. As I said, I would help you through the last few bars of this, pins rather. Man, when I left to pick up my daughter, I started kind of having a headache. And I feel kind of lightheaded, and she's feeling the same way. So I refuse to be sick. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't done these bands or these. So as the routine or as the sequence goes, I'll be taking this one here, and then this one here, this one over to this pin, this one here, bring the three bands up from the center and the sides. Uh-oh. Oh! There's no band there. What happened to it? Oh, that's weird. I have to go and find my band. That's so strange. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, you can see I'm not feeling well. I'm so stupid. Where did my bands go? Right here. Well, that's embarrassing. But I've already looped the band, so I can't, like, do it over again. So, anyway. Bring these right here. Oh. Right, yeah, I have a hard time with using my brain when I'm feeling well. Alright, so now, let's get more serious. There's no more of these, because we're at the end. But there's still these two bands. Why does it look like there's three? Did I put three down? Oh my god, I put three bands down. Okay, I'm going to just, excuse me, broke that one off. I hope I didn't break the band that I needed because my brain's not working. Alright. Take the top one and bring it over here. Take the other one, bring it over here. And then you have these two bands to keep it all holding together. Oops, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, Debbie, back up. Bring this band up. Can't forget that bottom one. Now we will bring these over. They're like the straight ones, you know, that you do after the center one, but they're angled. Okay, we are done. Yay! Gosh, I'm in the mood to do more tutorials, but I'm not sure I should. Okay. I was looking for my daughter Brina because I know I was following her to show you who she is, the one I'm dedicating this to and who I gave the black one to. I couldn't find her. And she's got her art. She had her artwork. Maybe she deleted the account. She had some of her artwork up and everything. Okay, this is tight, but we get to get this clip on here somehow, some way. I think I did it. Now we're ready to take her off. All right, let's go. Let's see what we made. I wanted to show you who she was. Her amazing artwork. I could not find her, so I don't know. She probably deleted her account. I don't know. Let's see, I'll start up on this end. And pull this off. I know this is... I always fast forward when you guys do this. That's pretty boring. I don't to watch somebody do this, but you know, here I am. I'm boring you with my taking off. I sure hope this looks nice. I think it will. I mean, can you go wrong? I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna start this all over. Well, what can I do? Take it off. Oh, I'm still gonna use this video, but you know what? Because you need the instructions, not. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh my gosh! Too bad there wasn't a way to like fix this. I mean, there might be, but I don't know. No, there's no way. No way. It's a goner. But it looks pretty. The colors are pretty. Oh, and I gave you the right instructions. I wish somebody would have yelled out when you noticed that. Well, maybe you didn't notice because I probably would have been off camera at that time. I probably stopped doing it and came back and didn't realize. Anyhow, this is Love Chain. It was named by my husband when we were trying to find the perfect name for the black bracelet, which I will show you photograph. You know, I will post photos of because I took many of them, so hopefully one came out good enough. Something that, you know, obviously looks like a chain going up the middle, especially the black one with the gray or the silver gray looked great. And you know, we're sending out love to our daughter. It looks like a chain, so love chain is what we came up with. So there are these, and I will fix this and then, you know, post a picture of it eventually. And if you remember, I introduced this when I was doing the tutorial for what is now, I think, my favorite creation. I called, what did I call it? Oh, Mei Ling. So make sure you check out the tutorial for this, because I should have it up before I do this, because that's the order I'm planning on doing it. And then I made this. This is something I already did. Oh wait, it's an up-and-coming design. I have it done in different colors, but it's called Tropical Impression. So I'm gonna have to. I have the tutorial already, so I'm gonna have to do this. But I really like the colors this came out with. This is what it looks like on this side, and that's what it looks like on that side. Tropical Impression. Soon to be released, maybe. It's all ready to upload. So I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but I think it's cute. Oh, it's cute. Not as cute as this. Maybe cuter than that. No. Just different. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm being silly here in my lightheadedness is really, really getting to me. Be sure to like my videos. Oops, we're featuring the wrong bracelet. Like my videos, feel free to subscribe to Deb's Thing, and of course make sure to check me out on Instagram at Deb's Thing. Be sure to hashtag this design as, what's it called again? Oh, hashtag love chain bracelet, all, you know, connected together, and then alert me with that, you know, at Deb's Thing, and we will see you on the next video. Good night.